Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and Restless is getting mired in long, dull conversations again. Some are better than others and manage to evoke emotion, such as Jack and Kyle making amends, but most, frankly, just aren't compelling enough to be as long-running as they turn out to be. If I have to watch another scene with Claire going on about her new job or going into detail about Harrison and his many interests, I may scream. There's just no depth or substance. Viewers must be fast-forwarding this stuff, which is surely not the goal. Here's a look at what's happened and what's coming up. The writers are isolating Phyllis ahead of what's surely going to be the next twist in Heather's murder case, which will see the tables turned completely. How are they isolating her? She's alienated from her closest friends and appears to have only Billy in her corner. She still has her kids, but Daniel was quick to entertain the idea that Sharon may have been drugged, which didn't go over well with his mom. So are Billy and Phyllis merely going to team up to take down Victor, or will the exes find themselves also drawn back into an attaction? A triangle was teased by head writer Josh Griffith, with Sally, of course, being the third party, but there's no telling if the Billy and Phyllis side of it will turn sexual, or if he'll simply be so sucked into plotting with Red that he neglects Ms. Spectra. As for the plot against Victor, I have to admit I was intrigued by the preview, with Billy telling Sally that he had a plan and he just walked through the door. Is it a lawyer? A cop? Someone from Victor's past? Give me your best guess in the comments section. It's interesting to see the Winters family coming together in the days ahead of the arrival of Damien, Nate's about-to-be-found older brother. If Amy's description is anything to go by, he'll be a pot stirrer and maybe a bad boy type, which could be fun. Especially if they pair Damien with Lily, who deserves a romp after the years she's had. It's worth noting, as much as it's not all bad, it felt like settling for Lily to go back to Winters. Anyway, back to Damien. He could also be coming in to cause trouble for Nate and Audra, which may be why they went to the trouble of making them cozier and closer this week. Thoughts? They're really hyping the notion of Sharon undergoing hypnosis with Alan, which tells me that something will be revealed. I don't expect her to yell out, "It was crazy Aunt Jordan in the apartment with the octopus statue." But she might sense that another person was in the room when she blacked out, or the session might focus on the car wreck. Maybe Sharon will be able to provide a description of the vehicle that Jordan was driving. It's also possible that the revelation may not involve Heather's case or the car wreck at all, and we'll instead find out that Alan is actually Martin. Find out why we're concerned here. The opinions expressed within are my own. Please feel free to weigh in on this week's Young and Restless in the comments. Soaks.com is a part of Penske Media Corporation. See 2024 Media, LLC. All rights reserved. Powered by WordPress.com VIP. Phyllis and Billy's relationship has always been a high-octane roller coaster. From their passionate beginnings to their messy fallout, the chemistry between them has been undeniable. But it's not just the heat of their connection that makes them compelling. It's the chaos they bring to each other's lives. Phyllis Summers, with her sharp wit and relentless ambition, has a knack for throwing herself into the center of drama. She's a survivor, a schemer, and a woman who rarely apologizes for taking what she wants. Billy Abbott, on the other hand, is Genoa City's ultimate wildcard. His charm and rebellious streak have often been his greatest assets and his biggest liabilities. Together, they are electric, their shared penchant for risk-taking igniting both passion and destruction. It's this combustible combination that has fans wondering, could Phyllis and Billy be ready to rekindle their romance, despite the wreckage of their past? Soap opera writers are masters of subtle hints and layered storylines, and The Young and the Restless has been no exception. Recent episodes have dropped breadcrumbs that suggest Phyllis and Billy might not be as over as they seem. For starters, Phyllis has been grappling with a period of introspection and redemption. Her most recent missteps, whether with Diane Jenkins, Jack Abbott, or her strained family ties, have shown a softer, more vulnerable side of her. At the same time, Billy has been navigating a crossroads in his life, stepping back from his role at Chancellor Winters and questioning his purpose. This mutual soul-searching sets the stage for two lost souls to reconnect. Their recent interactions, laced with nostalgia and unresolved tension, haven't gone unnoticed. In a show as intricate as The Young and the Restless, every shared glance, lingering conversation, or pointed argument can signify a deeper narrative arc. Are the writers laying the groundwork for a reunion, Or are they simply teasing fans with the possibility? Reuniting Phyllis and Billy wouldn't just make for great drama. It would be a natural extension of their character arcs. Both are at their best when they're pushed out of their comfort zones, and no one challenges Phyllis quite like Billy and vice versa. For Phyllis, being with Billy represents a break from her usual pattern of attaching herself to men who want to control her or mold her into someone else. Billy sees her for who she is, flaws and all, and loves her in spite of, or perhaps because of, her imperfections. For Billy, Phyllis is a partner who matches his daring nature. She doesn't try to tame him. Instead, she matches his rebellious streak with her own. In storytelling terms, their reunion would open up countless possibilities. Imagine the ripple effects in Geno City. Jack Abbott's disapproval, Diane Jenkins' smug satisfaction, Lily Winter's heartbreak, and the inevitable showdown with Victoria Newman, Billy's ever-complicated ex. The drama writes itself, and the fallout would be deliciously messy. Of course, no soap opera romance comes without its hurdles. Phyllis and Billy's history is littered with betrayals, misunderstandings, and the kind of toxic behavior that would send most people running. Their relationship imploded the first time around for a reason, and those reasons haven't disappeared. Phyllis' impulsive tendencies and Billy's self-destructive streak have always been a volatile mix. Can they truly overcome these patterns, or would a reunion simply lead to another round of heartbreak? Then there's the question of trust. Can they move past the betrayals that ended their relationship, or will the ghosts of their past always haunt them? Their individual relationships with others also complicate matters. Billy has been exploring a more stable dynamic with Lily, who has been a grounding force for him. Phyllis, meanwhile, has unresolved feelings for Jack, whose steady presence in her life has often been a safe harbor in stormy seas. A reunion would require both of them to let go of these current ties, potentially leaving a trail of collateral damage in their wake. The soap opera community is famously divided when it comes to couples, and Phyllis and Billy are no exception. Some fans are rooting for their reunion, eager to see the sparks fly again. Others are wary, pointing out the toxicity of their past and questioning whether they're truly good for each other. This polarization is part of what makes the potential storyline so exciting. A reunion would give fans plenty to talk about, whether they're cheering for the couple or bracing themselves for the inevitable fallout. In the world of soap operas, strong reactions, love them or hate them, are the lifeblood of storytelling. If Phyllis and Billy were to get back together, the storyline could unfold in myriad ways. Here are a few potential scenarios. A dramatic moment, perhaps a crisis or a shared enemy, brings Phyllis and Billy back into each other's orbit. Forced to rely on each other, their old chemistry reignites, leaving them questioning their current paths. When Billy starts to get closer to someone new, Phyllis realizes she still has feelings for him. Meanwhile, Billy finds himself bristling at Phyllis' interactions with Jack. Their jealousy leads to heated confrontations that eventually give way to passion. Instead of diving back into romance, Phyllis and Billy begin to rebuild their friendship. Over time, they find themselves drawn to each other again, but this time with a deeper understanding of what went wrong the first time. Billy and Phyllis' reunion sets off a chain reaction, pulling Jack, Diane, Lily, and Victoria into the mix. The resulting drama tests their relationship at every turn, forcing them to decide if their love is worth the chaos. So, are the young and the restless Phyllis and Billy getting back together? At this point, it's impossible to say for sure. What's clear, however, is that the possibility of a reunion is brimming with dramatic potential. Whether they're destined for another whirlwind romance or a heartbreaking collision, one thing is certain: Phyllis and Billy are far from finished. In Geno City, love is rarely simple, and second chances often come at a high cost. But for fans of Phyllis and Billy, the question isn't just if they'll get back together. It's how much fire they'll ignite when they do.